Welcome to M3 Minutes. I'm your host, Haley Wolf, and today I will be chatting with Susie Costelo from M3 about her time in the hospitality industry and all the crazy things she saw go down in a hotel. Well, Susie, thank you for being here today with us to give us some cool and neat hotel stories. Can you tell us what got you into hospitality and how long you've been in the industry?
I have been in the industry since 1990 forgotten. I started off in room service
Okay.
and worked my way up to assistant director of finance.
Awesome.
The reason I got into it is because me and my husband, number 3,
Mm-hmm.
moved down here, and my mom was already working at the hotel,
Okay.
and she got my husband in first, and then I got in later.
There
It
you go.
became a family business.
And where was this hotel located?
It used to be the Marriott. I'm sorry.
No worries.
It was the Gwinnett Place Marriott on Pleasant Hill.
Okay, so right nearby to
Yes.
M3. Okay, awesome. And so you mentioned you had worked the front desk and worked your way up from there. Were there any other roles you had?
Room service.
Room service.
Room
Okay.
service, yes. I would work the front desk, but
Yeah.
I have too much respect for those people
Mm-hmm.
who work the front desk, and I could not handle handle the front desk. But I have helped them out on occasion.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
So what brought you to M3 and are you loving it? What do you do here?
Well, I was a victim of the COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
So looking for a job, I actually started out in Home Depot,
Okay.
of all places,
Yeah.
until I got called over here at M3, which was great. I love it here.
Good.
And at my previous hotel, guess what we used since 2014?
I'm hoping it's M3.
It's M3.
Awesome.
So I had a lot of experience with it and tweaking it. And
Absolutely. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So I see when we stole you.
Yeah.
Home Depot's lost, M3's win.
Yes.
So how many hotels have you helped run?
On my resume, I believe I put down 7, but then I started counting in my head, and I realized I forgot Palm Springs, Florida, Greenville, Maryland, Texas. So maybe about a dozen, 15 maybe.
Well, that's cool that you've got to travel around and
Oh,
work
yeah.
at different places. Did you enjoy that?
Oh, God, yes.
What was your favorite
It was.
city that you've lived in?
Lived in or worked at.
Okay. Lived in.
Lived in so far is Atlanta.
Okay,
In
awesome.
fact, this area is the longest I've ever stayed in one spot. Military brat.
Okay, how long have you been in Atlanta now?
I've been in Atlanta since 1990 something.
1990 something. I love that.
So,
And now we're in 2000 something and it's going by way too fast.
Exactly.
So with helping run so many hotels, you have to have some crazy stories for us. So what's the most bizarre thing that you've seen happen at a hotel?
Let's see. I once had somebody throw a menu in my face when I was a restaurant supervisor.
Really?
I know, as if
How did you respond to that? I think I
mean-
would be perplexed.
I am totally very nice and appealing and hospitable, but apparently he wasn't happy with his sandwich that he had ordered because he said it was supposed to be on a hard roll.
Mm-hmm.
So he expecting something hard, like M3 mug hard, and it was soft,
Mm-hmm.
so he doesn't chip a tooth.
Oh, no.
So I pointed out to him the menu, and he showed me the menu, and next thing I know, the menu was gone. Boo! I'm like, alrighty then.
Did you take any action to remove him from the restaurant, or what'd you do?
Well, apparently, this individual had been going around to
Mhm.
different departments and was making a fuss with many different employees.
He just wanted to make some people have a bad day because he was having a bad day.
Could be, but he was politely escorted out of the building by security.
That is good. You know, we've heard some stories on this series of podcasts about the authorities being called to hotels. Did you ever have to call authorities to your hotel, or did you ever witness them being there?
I have witnessed them being there,
Okay.
and this happened when I was working at the Midtown Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
There was, how did our security person put that? Urban campers.
Urban campers. What
Yes.
is an urban
An
camper?
urban
Can you let our
camper
listeners in on that?
is an individual who's homeless.
Okay.
So, and
And
that
they
was
just
his
tried to camp
polite
out
way.
at the hotel.
Came on in. It was a cold day.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It was in the middle of winter, so
Yeah.
understandable. But of course, we can't have urban campers lounging and sleeping in the sofa in the
Absolutely.
lobby.
Yeah.
So, yes,
So
one.
you've witnessed it too. It seems to be a common trend in the
Oh,
hospitality world.
oh yeah, oh yeah. And then there was another individual that got called. Apparently, there was, he was going around in the meeting areas and checking doors.
Oh,
So if you have a meeting at a hotel, keep those doors locked if you're gonna walk out the room.
Yeah.
Don't leave anything valuable behind. Anyway, so they found a couple of laptops in his backpack.
Oh my
And
goodness.
they held on to him until the police could come over. There was a third. That one was a scary one.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it was someone who was a little bit deranged,
Mm-hmm.
and they had put photos of this individual up behind the front desk in case anybody saw her.
Yes.
And guess what? We saw her.
So was the photo up because she was a little deranged, or had she done something to hotel stuff prior?
Apparently she had been going to different hotels.
Oh.
So the Atlanta police had put this picture out
Gotcha.
for the hotels to keep an eye out.
And you saw her.
And we found her.
Oh,
or
so
we saw her.
So you called authorities and they came and got her?
Yes, and we were told, stay away. Just call the police. When they get there, they'll handle it. So we, of course, we know. We're spectators.
Yes.
At the front desk. Everybody is there watching.
Well, that is crazy. And prior to recording, you had mentioned you've done a little bit of everything: security, maintenance, housekeeping, all of the above. So what was your favorite out of everything you've done?
Out of everything, I've always loved accounting, so that is the favorite thing I've always done. But having worked in all the other departments, I would say laundry, because that was kind of fun.
Yeah, therapeutic. Sometimes laundry can be therapeutic.
Oh yeah, folding those towels. Oh heck yeah! Get into a towel fight.
Yeah. So I have to ask: was folding the fitted sheet difficult for you, like it is for everyone else?
Believe it or not, hotels don't use fitted sheets.
Oh well, that's a good thing to know.
I know. That's why every once in a while, if it's not tucked in properly, you'll find out your feet are touching the mattress.
Well, there you go. So you had sheets and towels. All seem to be easy folds. So
yes.
Therapy for you. That was one of your favorites.
Oh, yes.
That's awesome. So in your time as restaurant supervisor, because you've done everything, you mentioned someone was very rude to you. Was there ever a time someone went out of their way to be super nice to you, maybe even in another role?
Oh, yeah. Well, working in a restaurant, you want those tips.
Yes, ma'am.
Money speaks.
Yes.
But this one particular individual, he was there with his significant other. Sweetest couple ever. Can't remember the conversation, but I know we had some good ones going, and we had some laughs, and they ordered a bottle of champagne.
Oh, celebrating?
It was the first time I ever opened a bottle of champagne. Nobody told me to put a towel over it.
I didn't know you're supposed to do that.
Cork popped. Bing!
Oh, my goodness.
It bounced off the walls, and we all had a good laugh about that.
Good.
Oh, yeah. And I apparently made their day for that little fiasco.
Hey, that's awesome. They'll have the memory.
Yeah.
I still struggle opening a champagne bottle. I'm scared every time I do it, so I can only imagine doing it in front of people. So also, rumor has it that you were manager of the quarter 2 times. Is that correct?
Yes, both times I was in accounting.
Okay.
The first one I got was accounting is typically a department that is non-revenue collecting.
Yeah.
Well, I managed to collect over $2,000 in late fee from one invoice.
Wow.
I know, surprised me. I didn't think I was going to do it.
Manager of the
quarter. What do you know? And the second one I got because I was doing so much task force, going to so many different properties that they said, okay. So that I got manager of the quarter for that, and also the accounting star award.
Okay.
For that.
Awesome. Well, that's amazing. Congrats on those. I'm sure you'll get some M3 awards too. I'm going to see you in emails. I'm going to be like, I know her. I interviewed her one time. So next we're kind of going to dive into some common happenings at hotels. So what was the most common complaint you got?
Most common complaint I ever got at a hotel was when people would call up and say, "Hey, would you double charge me?"
Mm-hmm. And were they typically double charged, or was it like a pending
It was
transaction?
a pending because most people who don't frequently travel and stay at hotels
Mm-hmm.
don't realize that hotels will put a hold on their
Yes.
credit card or debit card
In case they damage the room, right?
in case they damage the room or have incidentals and go a little bit over.
Yes.
But it's released,
Mm-hmm.
and typically I give them the longest day scenario just in case, because I don't know if they check out on a Friday
Yeah,
and don't realize banks are closed on Saturdays and Sundays.
that's true. I think a lot of people forget that, and the post office too. any government entity you forget are closed on Saturday and Sunday. So,
So
what was the most common praise you got?
most common praise I got was, "Thank you very much, it fell."
There you go.
I got my money back. Thank you so much.
So it's all about the money.
Always, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. So what do you wish hotel guests knew from your end?
Um, Besides the credit card situation, that they have to realize front desk people are there to help them out,
Mm-hmm.
to check them in. They
Yes.
realize that you've traveled all over the place. You're probably jet lagged, you're tired, you're cranky, but it's not their fault if your room's not ready.
Yes,
Hello.
exactly. Did you get a lot of requests for early check-ins? Because I know that's a big trend right now. Did you see that in your time in hotels?
Yes, and I've always ended up at hotels that are always very busy,
Mm-hmm.
and we can put the request in,
Yep.
but we can never promise it.
I know. I'm one that calls and I'm like, can I get an early check-in? They're like, we'll see.
It's all about the timing of the checkout and the cleaning of the rooms. We don't want to check somebody into a dirty room. And since I've helped out the front desk before, I have checked people into a dirty room. My bad.
You're like, oops.
Sorry.
So you mentioned, I think, that you've done some housekeeping, right, throughout your time in hospitality. Was there anything weird you ever found in the rooms?
Oh, that gets into the disgusting area. Are you sure you want
Should
to
we go there? We can edit it out. So let's
Okay.
hear it.
Okay, if it's too disgusting, please edit out. Okay, the most disgusting thing I ever found in a room when I was cleaning was a used decatur.
I used what?
Decatur
Oh.
in a drawer.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what a decatur is?
I don't.
It
You don't have to say. People can Google.
Yes, let them Google.
So that was the most disgusting. Did you ever find anything of high value, like a wedding ring left behind, or
Those are very common.
really?
Rings,
Yeah.
even wallets.
What's the
Credit
process
cards.
there? Do you hold it at the front desk if someone calls for it? Like, what do you do if you find something like that?
If it's of extreme value,
Mm-hmm.
then the housekeeper would mark it down
Okay.
on lost and found slip and bring it to the general cashier where it would be locked up in the safe.
Gotcha.
If it's not of extreme value, say it's just a pillow of somebody's shirt,
Mm-hmm.
then it stays in housekeeping's lost and found.
Okay. Gotcha. So, say someone never calls for their wedding ring. What happens to it then?
Well, we'll call.
Oh, okay, because you
We'll
know
call
who
the
was in the room.
Exactly.
Okay, gotcha. That's awesome. Well, is there any other fun, neat stories you want to share with our listeners today about your time in hospitality?
Well, let's see. I had my favorite one. Oh, I better rephrase that. One of my favorite controllers.
Yes, in
We-
case they're listening.
We used to love to play practical jokes on everyone.
Oh, okay.
So it's when I was an accounting supervisor, and I just got an AR clerk
Mm-hmm.
who was deathly afraid of that phone. He was afraid to pick it up
Mm-hmm.
because you never knew what was going to be at the other end. So we decided we're going to help him out with that little problem of his.
Mm-hmm.
So I had another friend use his cell phone and call him up and started complaining
Oh gosh,
and using the bleep words.
the bleep words.
And the AR, his face started turning so red. I could see he was getting so frustrated. He was trying to interject here and there and could not get a word in edgewise. Finally, I looked at him and go, "Are you having issues?" He goes, "Yes." "Would you like me to take over?" "Yes, yes, yes, yes." So I took the phone and he started yelling at me. It was a friend of mine, so.
Yes.
But I had him yelling so it sounded like,
Yeah.
And I said, "Sir, if you cannot be civil on the phone, then I'm sorry, we cannot help you." I hung up the phone.
So was this AR clerk more afraid to answer the phone after? Because I think I would be.
No. But my controller at the time was watching me, and she knew what was happening.
Oh my gosh.
She about died.
So we have a jokester on our hand here. So if I ever get a call from someone at M3 that's complaining a lot, I'm be like, Susie sent them my way.
Probably. You'll never know.
This is a practical joke. It's not for real. I don't have to deal with this. Oh my goodness. Have you had any funny stories at M3 happen to you yet in your time here?
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, let's hear that one.
Yeah, and remember last year we had the Halloween thing going with the...
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I had my zombie babies.
Oh, look at you.
I know. And I had a candy dish.
Awesome.
With a skeleton hand.
Oh, love it.
Poor Jonathan.
Oh, the IT guy? IT Jonathan?
Poor
You
IT.
scared him?
I scared IT Jonathan.
He's too nice to scare, Susie.
He's
You
a
can't do
sweetheart.
that.
He's a sweetheart. But
Yeah, he's
apparently he was working late one night and
Oh,
walked by my desk. I forgot to turn it off.
Does he respond to your requests now?
Oh, yes, he does. Yes, he does. But, it was all in good fun.
Oh, my gosh.
But, yeah, when the lights are off and it's dark outside and you suddenly hear a hand go, gotcha.
Well, thank you so much for being here today, Susie. We really appreciate it, and we hope to have you on again soon.
Oh, I hope so. I'm sure I could dredge up more stories here and there.
Yeah, maybe we can get you on for a Halloween podcast.
Maybe I can find those pictures.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of M3 Minutes. I hope you had a few laughs about Susie's hotel happenings that she encountered over the years while working in hospitality. If you like this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, hoteliers.